Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna and Pranam devotees. So, welcome to our Tuesday evening reading sessions. So, we are reading from Life Comes from Life. It's a wonderful collection of conversations between Srila Prabhupada and his disciples for morning walks. So, हमारे पास हमारा अभी तक एक सेशन हो चुका है and अब हम आज आगे पढ़ेंगे उसमें से. And so, let us begin by praying. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. हरे कृष्णा. तो किसी को याद है अभी तक हमने क्या पढ़ा है? कोई एक पॉइंट? Anybody? They can raise their hand or they can unmute themselves. Okay. तो दो तीन पॉइंट्स. Yes, मेघा माता जी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम. एक 1 मिनट प्रभु जी, 1 मिनट. प्रभु जी, हम लोगों ने ये पढ़ा था कि सबकी बॉडी का जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है या जो बॉडी होती है वो हर प्लैनेट के अकॉर्डिंग अडेप्ट करते हैं. जैसे वाटर में जो वाटर बॉडीज होती है वो वाटर के अकॉर्डिंग अडेप्ट होती हैं. इस तरीके से हम लोग ने पढ़ा था, ये सब पढ़ा था हम लोगों ने. बाकी प्रभु जी और बाकी याद नहीं.
Yes, ये एक पॉइंट था जो आया था लाइफ ऑन अदर प्लैनेट्स. तो डिवोटीज वर आस्किंग अबाउट दैट whether there is life existing on other planets or not. तो उस टाइम पे हमने पढ़ा था कि कैसे देयर वाज एट दैट टाइम देयर वाज नो वाटर ऑन मून. जो अब तक मून पे पानी नहीं मिला था. तो उसके बाद हमने यह डिस्कस भी किया था कि मून पे अब पानी जैसे मिल चुका है तो धीरे धीरे करके जो साइंटिस्ट हैं उनको ये समझ में आ रहा है कि बट प्रभुपाद ने उस टाइम पे ही हैड डिस्कशन विद हिज डिवोटीज एंड हमने उस दिन पढ़ा कि कैसे लाइफ इज एग्जिस्टिंग ऑन अदर प्लैनेट्स एज वेल. सो लाइक दैट. और उसके बाद दो तीन हमने कन्वर्सेशंस और पढ़ी जिसमें एक कन्वर्सेशन थी डार्विन्स थ्योरी के ऊपर. दैट डार्विन लाइक डिवोटीज उन्होंने बोला था कि डार्विन को लगता है कि his his forefathers are monkeys. And so then Prabhupada thinks that Darwin thinks that his forefathers so many problems in that theory. And उसके बाद जैसे जैसे मेघा माता जी ने बताया डॉक्टर फ्रॉग थ्योरी. सो अ फ्रॉग कि हमने डॉक्टर फ्रॉग थ्योरी पढ़ी थी कि एक फ्रॉग होता है वेल में. ही कैन नॉट थिंक व्हाट इज द साइज ऑफ द ओशन. सो इन दैट वे हमने ये पढ़ा था. तो अब हम आगे पढ़ते हैं. लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन. So those who wants to read, they can raise their hand on Zoom and then we will read turn by turn. First, I will start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. तो हमने जो लास्ट हमने जो टॉक पढ़ी थी that was Nobel Prize for an S. So now we will read ahead. The difference between the living and the non-living. Srila Prabhupada points at a dead tree with his cane. Srila Prabhupada. Formerly leaves and twigs were growing from this tree. Now they are not. How would the scientists explain this? Karandhar. They would say that the tree's chemical composition has changed. Srila Prabhupada. To prove that theory, they must be able to inject the proper chemicals to make branches and leaves grow again. The scientific method includes observation, hypothesis, and then demonstration. Then it is perfect. But the scientists cannot actually demonstrate in their laboratories that their life comes from matter. They simply observe and then speak nonsense. They are like children. In our childhood, we observed a gramophone box and thought that within the box was a man singing, an electric man. We thought there must have been an electric man or some kind of ghost in it. Laughter. Dr. Singh, one of the popular questions that arises when we start studying biology is, what is the difference between a living organism and that which is not living? The textbooks say that the chief characteristic that distinguishes the two are that a living being can move and reproduce, whereas a dead matter can do neither. But the books never talk about the nature of the soul or about the consciousness of the living entity. Srila Prabhupada. But consciousness is the primary indication that life is present. Only because of consciousness can a living being move and reproduce. Because a person is conscious, he thinks of marrying and begetting children. And the original consciousness is described in the Vedas as Tad Ekshat Bahu Shyam Chandrogya Chandrogya Upanishad 6.2.3. This means that God, the original conscious being, said, I shall become many. Without consciousness, there is no possibility of byproducts. So, next section, who would like to read? So, we have, uh, yes, Rajdeep Prabhu. Can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhu.
The individual living force. Srila Prabhupada. The gardeners supply water to the green trees. So why don't they supply water to this dead tree and make it green? Dr. Singh. From experience, they know that it will not grow. Srila Prabhupada. Then what is the element that is lacking? Scientists say that chemicals are the cause of life, but all the chemicals that were present when the tree was alive are still there, and these chemicals are still supporting the lives of many living entities, such as microbes and insects. So they cannot say that life energy is lacking in the body of the tree. The life energy is there. Dr. Singh. But what about the life energy of the tree itself? Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that is the difference. The living force is individual, and the particular individual living entity that was the tree has left. This must be the case since all the chemicals necessary to support life are still there, yet the tree is dead. Here is another example. Suppose I am living in an apartment and then I leave it. I am gone, but many other living entities remain there, ants, spiders, and so forth. So it is not true that simply because I have left the apartment, it can no longer accommodate life. Other living entities are still living there. It is simply that I, an individual living being, have left. The chemicals in the tree are like the apartment. They are simply the environment for the individual force, the soul to act through. And the soul is an individual. I am an individual and therefore I may leave the apartment. Similarly, the microbes are also individuals. They have individual consciousness. If they are moving in one direction but are somehow blocked, they think, let me go the other way. They have personality. Karandhara. But in a dead body, there is no personality. Srila Prabhupada. This indicates that the individual soul has left that body. The soul has left and therefore the tree does not grow. Dr. Singh. Within the living body, Srila Prabhupada, there are innumerable small living entities, but the individual self who owns the body is also living there. Is that correct? Srila Prabhupada. Yes, in my body there are millions of living entities. In my intestines there are many worms. If they become strong, then whatever I eat, they eat, and I derive no benefit from the food. Therefore, those who are full of hookworms eat very much but do not grow. They become lean and thin and they are very hungry because these small entities are eating their food. So there are thousands and millions of living entities in my body. They are individuals and I am an individual, but I am the proprietor of the body, just as I may be the proprietor of a garden in which many million of living entities reside. Student. So if I eat Krishna Prasada, food offered to Lord Krishna, are the living entities in my body also eating prasada? Srila Prabhupada, yes, you are very benevolent, laughs. You take Krishna Prasad for others. Karandhara, welfare work. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, but there are so many things within you for them to eat that you do not need to make a separate endeavor to feed them.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Minimum words,
Okay, so
maximum
we have
solution.
more members. Hare Krishna, give chance to others as well.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhu. So next is Shivani. Shivani, can you read?
Minimum words and maximum solution. Srila Prabhupada. The individual soul is never lost. He does not die nor is he born. He simply changes from one body to another, just as one changes garment. That is perfect science. Dr. Singh. But why don't scientists accept this? Srila Prabhupada, they are not nice men. They are rascals. They are not even gentlemen. Under appropriate circumstances, gentlemen will have some shyness or some shame. But these men are shameless. They cannot properly answer our challenges. Yet they shamelessly claim that they are scientists and that they will create life. They are not even gentlemen. At least I regret them like that. At least I regard them like that. A gentleman will be ashamed to speak nonsense. Dr. Singh. They don't think before they speak. Shla Prabhupada. That means they are not human beings. A human being thinks twice before saying anything. Krishna makes the presence of life within the body so easy to understand. He says, Dehino asmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam zara tatya dehantar prapte dhiras tatra namoyat. Ronnie, I think you need to move to next page.
मैंने कर दिया है, ready.
Okay.
Is it not there?
Yes, it is now. Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatya dehantar prapte dhiras tatra namoyati. As the bodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Bhagavad Gita 2.13. In these two lines, Krishna solves a whole biological problem. That is knowledge, minimum words and maximum solution. Volumes of books expounding nonsense have no meaning. Materialistic scientists are like croaking frogs. Ka 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 ka, ka 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 ka. Srila Prabhupads imitate the sound of croaking frog and others laugh. The frogs are thinking, oh, we are talking very nicely. But the result is that snakes find them and says, oh, here is a nice frog. Srila Prabhupada imitates the sound of snake eating a frog. Finished. When death comes, everything is finished. The materialistic signs are croaking. But when death comes, their scientific industry is finished and they becomes dog, cat, or something like that.
Go ahead.
It is not yet reflecting in my screen. Okay. Third morning walk
Oh,
on April
I
28, 1973
think
in Cheviot Hills Park, Los Angeles. Am I audible now?
yes, go ahead.
Okay. Scientists as thieves. Srila Prabhupada holding a rose in his hand. Can any scientist create a flower like this in laboratory? Dr. Singh, that is not possible. Srila Prabhupada, no, it is not. Just see how wonderfully Krishna's energy is working. No scientist can create a flower like this in his laboratory. They cannot create even a few grains of sand, yet they claim to possess the most advanced intellects in the universe. This is foolish. Dr. Singh, they take matter from Krishna, manipulate it, and they claim that they have created something wonderful. Srila Prabhupada, at least At least if they would admit that they have taken the matter from Krishna, that would be good. We understand that everything comes from Krishna. Dr. Sings, but they will not admit that they are taking anything from Krishna. Instead they say that they are the creators. Srila Prabhupada, how have they created anything? They take the sand and mix it with some chemicals and make glass. They have not created the sand or the chemicals. They have taken them from earth. How have they created anything? Dr. Singh, they say we have taken the materials from nature. Srila Prabhupada, from nature means from a person. They have taken from nature, but they are thieves because everything in nature belongs to Krishna. Ishvar, Ish,
Ishavasyam idam sarvam.
Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Everything is God's creation. Ishopanishad Mantra 1. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna states that if one does not perform yajna, sacrifice, he is a thief. Yajna means acknowledging that things have been taken from Krishna. We should think, Krishna, you have given us many, many things for our maintenance. This much acknowledgement Krishna wants, that's all. Otherwise, what can he expect from you? What are you in his presence? We should acknowledge Krishna's kindness. Therefore, before we eat, we offer the food to Krishna and says, Krishna, you have given us this nice food. So first taste it, then we eat it. Krishna is not hungry, yet he can eat the whole world and then again produce it exactly as it was. Purnasya Puranam Adya Puranam Avi Ish Avyavish
Evavashishyate.
Ishopnishad invocation. Krishna is so perfect that if you take from Krishna all of Krishna's energy, all the original energy is still with him. That is the perfect conservation of energy.
Yes, thank you so much. So, Shashi Mataji, can you go ahead and read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The origin of nature. Dr. Singh. There is a scientific journal called Nature. It contains articles concerning natural products like plants, flowers, and minerals, but it does not mention God. Srila Prabhupada. We may rightly observe that plants are being produced by nature, but the next question we must ask is, who has produced nature? To ask this is intelligence. Dr. Singh. They don't generally think about this. Srila Prabhupada, then they are foolish. Where does nature come from? As soon as we speak of nature, the next question should be, whose nature? Is it not so? For instance, I speak to my nature and you speak to your nature. Therefore, as soon as we speak of nature, the next inquiry should be, whose nature? Nature means energy, and as soon as we speak of energy, we must inquire into the source of that energy. For example, if you speak of electric energy, you must accept its source, the powerhouse. How can you deny it? Electricity does not come to us automatically. Similarly, nature is not working automatically. It is under the control of Krishna. Student. In the Vedas, it is said that material energy works under Krishna's direction. Srila Prabhupada, yes. As soon as you speak of energy, there must be a source. The mirage of the material world.
Hare Krishna. Isn't it wonderful that Hare Krishna, everyone? So, isn't it wonderful this one small paragraph that we talk of nature many a times, but whose nature? So, this energy that we see all around us. Hare Krishna, Mataji. So, we speak of that there is energy all around us, but whose energy it is? So, that is the question. So, and to ask this question is real intelligence, Srila Prabhupada says. So,
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, can you hear me? Hare Krishna. Gaurav Prabhu, can you hear?
No, Prabhu.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. I think from Mataji's side there is some internet problem. So Mataji, can you hear me? Can you continue?
Krishna.
I think. Hare Krishna, Shashi Mataji. Okay, Mataji, let's continue.
Okay. Karanadhara. Geologists study the strata of Earth's crust to trace out the origin of Earth. Srila Prabhupada. But these strata are being created and destroyed at every moment. Now they are 1 way and a half hour from now they will be different. They are Jagat, always changing. Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 8.4, Adhibhutam Kasro Bhavam. Physical nature is known to be endlessly mutable. Am I audible? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
Yes, Mataji, perfectly audible.
Therefore, one cannot find out the source of all energy simply by observing the energy itself. Now the Earth's strata may be black, later they may be white, and then again black. So the geologists study the black color, then the white color, again the black, and so on. This is called punas kravita kravanam, chewing the chewed. Now it is cold at midday, it will be warm, and at night it will be cold again. In this way, the entire material cosmic manifestation is subject to different types of change. Even our body is changing. Everything is changing. But what is the eternity behind this changing? That is the subject of real knowledge. The scientists do not find that eternity and therefore they are disappointed. They think that the background of everything is void, zero. They think that eternity is zero. And when they are asked where this zero comes from, they say it comes from nothing. So we must ask them, how have the varieties come about? The Vedic conclusion is that variety is eternal, although the changing varieties the scientists study in the material world are temporary. These varieties are shadow varieties. Real variety exists eternally in the spiritual world. Dr. Singh. So the material universe is like a mirage. Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Suppose I think I see water in the desert when there is no water. This is an illusion. Water exists, but not in the mirage. Similarly, the material varieties we see, the varieties of enjoyment, are like that mirage. We are living entities are meant we the living entities are meant for enjoyment, but we are seeking enjoyment in the false place, in an illusion. We are like the desert animals who run after water in a mirage and eventually die of thirst. They cannot relieve their thirst with such illusionary water. Similarly, we are trying to manufacture many things to satisfy our thirst and enjoyment, but we are being baffled at every turn because material existence is an illusion. Therefore, real intelligence may means to inquire where is the reality, where is the eternal substance behind the illusion. If we can find that, we can experience real enjoyment.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Gaurav Prabhu, can you continue?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can we read this paragraph again so that we can understand more from last para to last para? Actually, this one is very interesting and some point we are unable to understand. So we should please explain also what Srila Prabhupada want to say.
Okay, so all of us wants to read that again.
Yes, I also want. ऊपर से निकल गया.
Who
Yes,
also?
Yes,
Same.
Prabhu, we can repeat. Yes, Prabhuji, we can repeat.
Okay, so I will read. The mirage of the material world. Karandhar. Geologists study the strata of the Earth's crust to trace out
Hare
the
Krishna,
origin
Prabhu.
of the Earth. Yes, Prabhuji. So
From
strata means.
from Dr. Singh, they do not generally think about this.
हाँ 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 मैं वहीं से करूँगा. Don't worry. पूरा पढ़ते हैं एक बार. Srila Prabhupada. But
last
these.
para, Prabhu.
That's okay, Prabhuji. So we will, to understand the whole thing, we can read it again.
Okay.
But these strata are being created and destroyed at every moment. Now they are 1 way and half hour from now, they will be different. They are Jagat, always changing. Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita that Adi Bhutam Ksharobhava. Physical nature is known to be endlessly mutable. Therefore, one cannot find out the source of all energy simply by observing the energy itself. Now, the Earth's strata may be black, later they may be white, and then again black. So, the geologists study the black color and then the white color and again the black and so on. This is called Punha Punas Charvita Charvanam, chewing the chewed. Now it is cold, at midday it will be warm, and at night it will be cold again. In this way, the entire material cosmic manifestation is subject to different types of change. Even our bodies are changing, everything is changing. But what is the eternity behind this change? That is the subject of real knowledge. The scientists do not find that eternity, and therefore they are disappointed. They think that the background of everything is void, zero. They think that the eternity is zero. And when they are asked where this zero comes from, they say it comes from nothing. So we must ask them, how have the varieties come about? The Vedic conclusion is that variety is eternal. And although the changing varieties the scientists study in the material world are temporary, these varieties are shadow varieties. Real variety exists eternally in the spiritual world. So the material world, Dr. Singh, is like a mirage. Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Suppose I think I see water in the desert when there is no water. This is an illusion. Water exists, but not in the mirage. Similarly, the material varieties we see, the varieties of enjoyment, are like that mirage. We, the living entity, are meant for enjoyment, but we are seeking enjoyment in a false place. That is an illusion. We are like the desert animals who run after water in a mirage and eventually die of thirst. They cannot relieve their thirst with such illusory water. Similarly, we are trying to manufacture many things to satisfy our thirst for enjoyment, but we are baffled at every turn because material existence is an illusion. Therefore, real intelligence means to inquire, where is the reality? Where is the eternal substance behind the illusion? If we can find that out, that we can experience is the real enjoyment. So that is what actually Srila Prabhupada is saying, that this whole manifestation is like a mirage, like an illusion. Why it's an illusion? Illusion, Prabhupada gives a definition of illusion, is that which is not our eternal duty, because we have an eternal duty to serve the Lord in the spiritual world. And when we forget that identity, so that is the first illusion that we get. And the whole thing has been covered up because we were illusioned at that moment. So that is why this whole manifestation has been brought up, to cover up that whole thing. And then it is like a complete illusion which has been designed so perfectly, so in that way. But we have also been provided the guides to get out of this illusion, to know what is the reality. So that reality, we ourselves cannot find it out, because we have these mistakes and we have these defects within ourselves. So in that way, we have to inquire. So if we when we inquire, then what is that reality, and what is the who is the person behind that reality, and where does our eternal thing lies? That is the real intelligence. जैसे कि प्रभुपाद ने यहाँ पे बताया that everything is changing, but what is the eternity behind this change? This is the subject of real knowledge. So this is real knowledge. Think what is the eternity behind that? Because the change is the only constant. It has been, it keeps on changing and changing. So that is the eternal part. So what is the eternity behind that? That we need to find out. Is it okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you make me understand this line? Can you go back?
Yes,
Last
Prabhu.
para. Where in Srila Prabhupada writing is there, na? Their first line, they are Jagat, always changing. Krishna stated in Bhagavad Gita 8.4, then Adi
Yes.
Abhi Bhavatim Kasur Bhava. Physical nature is
Adi
non
Bhutam Sharo Bhava.
Adi.
Endlessly mutable.
Physical nature
Endless,
is known to be endlessly mutable.
ever changing, Prabhuji. Mutable means which keeps on changing.
Okay.
So because jagat का मतलब होता है जिसकी गति है, which is always moving. और जब मतलब जिसकी गति. So jagat means जिसकी गति है, because the world itself is always moving. This is also literal meaning. And jagat also means which is constantly changing, because there is a manifestation which is created and then it is annihilated. It is again created and annihilated. There is a concept of time. There is a flow of time in this material world, but there is no flow of time in the spiritual world, because spiritual world is eternal.
Right.
Material world is also eternal in one sense, because it is constantly changing. And it is there because it is creating, and then it is being annihilated again and again. वो बनता है फिर दोबारा वो annihilate हो जाता है, फिर वो बनता है फिर दोबारा annihilate हो जाता है. So the cycle is eternal, but it is temporary. Temporary as well as eternal. Temporary because it is not in the same state, and eternal because the process itself is going on constantly again and again. In every there is time means एक घंटा आता है, पहले सेकंड आते हैं, फिर उसके बाद आवर्स आते हैं, मिनट्स आते हैं, फिर आवर्स आते हैं, फिर दिन आता है, फिर मंथ्स आते हैं, फिर उसके बाद आपके ईयर्स आते हैं, फिर then comes the seasons, then comes the decade, then millennium, and then century. Century and then millennium, and then there is yuga, and then there is kalpa, and then there is the whole chain is there in that sense.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so now we read ahead. Who wants to read? Can they raise their hand? Yes, Gaurav Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu, I did. The fourth morning walk, recorded on April 29, 1973, on the shore of the Pacific Ocean near Los Angeles. The progress of the ashes. Srila Prabhupada. Everyone is suffering here in the material world, and scientific improvement means that the scientists are creating a situation of further suffering. That's all. They are not making improvements. Bhakti Vinod Thakur confirms this by saying, Moha Janamiya Anatya Samsare Javike Karya Gadha. By so-called scientific improvements, the scientist has become an ass. Moreover, he is becoming a better and better ass, and nothing more. Suppose that by working very hard like an ass, a person builds a skyscrapers. He may engage in lifelong labor for this, but ultimately he must die. He cannot stay. He will be kicked out of this skyscraper because material life is impermanent. Scientists are constantly doing research, and if you ask them what they are doing, they say, oh, it is for the next generation, for the future. But I say, what about you? What about your skyscrapers? If in your next life you are going to be a tree, what will you do with your next generation? Next para, Prabhu. Then, but he is an ass. He does not know that he is going to stand before his scrapper for 10,000 years. And what about the next generation? If there is no petrol, what will the next generation do? And how will the next generation help him if he is going to be a cat, a dog, or a tree? The scientist and everyone else should endeavor to achieve freedom from the repetition of birth and death. But instead, everyone is becoming more and more intelligent in the cycle of birth and death. Bhavesmin,
You can
please
skip
help
the
me.
Sanskrit. You can skip the Sanskrit, Prabhuji. We can skip the Sanskrit in the book.
This is a quotation from Shrimad Bhagavatam 1.8.35. Here is one line: the whole material existence is explained. This is literature. This one line is worth thousands of years of research work. It explains how the living entity is taking birth in this world, where he comes from, where he is going, what his activities should be, and many other essential things. The words the words refer to the struggling for existence. Why does this struggle exist? Because of avidya, ignorance. And what is the nature of that ignorance? Kama, karma, bhai. Being forced to work simply for the senses, or in other word, intelligent in material sense gratification. Student. So, is it true that modern scientific research increases the demands of the body because the scientist is ultimately working to gratify his senses? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Next paragraph, word jugglery and word crisis. Srila Prabhupada, it is said in Vedas, Yasmin Ujanate Sarva Evam Vijante Bhavati. If one knows the absolute truth, then all other things become known. I am not a PhD, yet I can challenge the scientist. Why? Because I know Krishna, the absolute truth. If one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then even in the greatest calamities, he will not be disturbed. Bhagavad Gita 6.22, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.22 declares, great personalities have decided that Krishna consciousness is the perfection of life. This kind of knowledge is required, not that we do some research, come up with a theory, and after 15 years say, no, it is not right. It is another thing. That is not science. That is child's play. Dr. Singh, that is how they discover things, by research. Srila Prabhupada. And what is the cost of the research? Is a scientific method for drawing money from others. That's all. In other words, it is cheating. Scientists juggle words like plutonium, photon, hydrogen, and oxygen. But what good will people get from this? When people hear this jugglery of words, what can they say? One scientist explains something to some extent, and then another rascal comes along and explains it again, but different word, and all the time the phenomena has remained the same, but advancement has been made. They have simply produced volume of books. Now there is a petrol problem. Scientists have created it. If the petrol supply dwindles away, what will these rascal scientists do? They are powerless to do anything about it.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So next we have Galaxy M20. Okay, Mama. So Mama, can you read?
Yeah, yes, I can read.
Yes. the billion-dollar dust heap. Srila Prabhupada. Now
Okay, so we have,
the billion-dollar dust heap. Srila Prabhupada. Now there is a scarcity of water in India. But what are the scientists doing about it? This is more than enough water in the world. So why don't the scientists bring water where it is urgently required? They should employ irrigation immediately. But instead they are going to the moon, the dusty planet, to make it fertile. Why don't they irrigate this planet? There is a plenty of seawater. So why don't they irrigate the Sahara or the Arabian or Rajasthani desert? Yes, they say, in the future we are trying. In their pride, they immediately say, yes, yes, we are trying. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that when one is engaged in the business of satisfying unnecessary desires, he becomes bereft of all intelligence. The moon project is childish. Those who aspire to go to the moon are like crying children. A child cries, "Mother, give me the moon." So the mother gives the child a mirror and says, "Here is the moon, my dear son." And the child takes the mirror, sees the moon in it, and says, "Oh, I have the moon." Unfortunately, this is not just a story. Karandhara. After spending all that money to go to the moon and bring back just a few rocks, the people on the space project decided that there was nothing more to do there. The Brahmananda Swami. Now they want to go to another planet, but they are short of money. Going to other planets cost millions and billions of dollars. Srila Prabhupada. People work very hard while the rascal government takes taxes and spends money unnecessarily. There should be no sympathy when so much hard earned money comes from the public and is spent on foolishly. Now the leaders are presenting another bluff. Don't worry, we are going to another planet. Now we shall bring more dust. We shall bring tons of dust. Oh, yes, now we shall have tons of fuel, dust. Dr. Singh, they believe there may be life on Mars. Srila Prabhupada, they may believe or not believe. What is the difference? Life exists here, but people are fighting. So suppose there is life on Mars. There is life on Mars, undoubtedly, but what will do gain from this? Dr. Singh, people are curious to know what is going on there. Srila Prabhupada, that means that for their childish curiosity, they may spend vast sums of money. Just see the fun, and when they are asked to help one of the many poverty stricken countries, they say, "No, no money. Do you see?"
thank you. Thank you so much, Mama. So Hare Krishna. So we will stop here. It is already 8:15. So we will continue from this in our next session. Hare Krishna. So does anybody wants to share what did they liked, or if they कोई अच्छे points अगर आपको लगे तो आप share कर सकते हैं. And if you have any questions that also you can share.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु.
Yes, Prabhuji.
बहुत सारे points हैं इसमें because Prabhupada giving lot of examples like a flower, nature. I like very much about nature. Nature means energy. Whatever surrounding us, हम जैसे example है electricity का, तो हम भी सोचते हैं कि पंखा चल रहा है चलने दो, वेस्ट हो रहा है कोई बात नहीं, बिल पे कर देंगे. But now we come to know that this is Krishna energy. We are wasting Krishna energy. So we don't have such kind of rights to waste this energy. So we should use this energy for Krishna only. So this is very nice to come to know. So that
Yes,
and from
very
today
nice.
onwards, I will try to save this energy. Right. Thank you, Prabhu.
That is right consciousness actually. And actually coincidentally मैं भी आजकल I am reading one book called Shri Ishopanishad जिसके हमने आज quotes भी पढ़े. तो there is one principle called Ishavasam principle where we say that everything belongs to God. It is God's property, and we should utilize only that thing which belongs to us. It is given to us in some quota. Other than that, we should not accept. And when we see that thing, when everything is God's energy, and then we are our consciousness actually changes. जैसे कि आपने बताया that not wasting electricity because it is Krishna's energy, not wasting water, and that is Krishna's energy. So when we apply that thing with Krishna consciousness, then we are in the right direction, then we're in the right mood. That is the right understanding, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for sharing. So do we have any more comments or any more questions?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, I
Hare
want to
Krishna.
share something.
Yes.
प्रभु जी, मुझे ये वाला पॉइंट भी बहुत अच्छा लगा कि ये फ्लावर्स क्या आप लेबोरेटरी में बना सकते हैं, या फ्लावर्स को छोड़िए कि आप एक ग्रेन भी बना के दिखा दीजिए।
Exactly.
और मुझे ये वाला भी पॉइंट बहुत अच्छा लगा कि एवरी पॉइंट वाज वेरी नाइस, बट ये पॉइंट भी बहुत अच्छा लगा कि दे आर वेस्टिंग देयर टाइम टू गो ऑन मून और टू गो ऑन मार्स टू फाइंड आउट द लाइफ। इतनी सारी लाइफ यहाँ पर है, तो वो लोग आपस में फाइट कर रहे हैं, तो वहां भी लाइफ फाइंड आउट करने का क्या मतलब है। और उन्होंने बोला कि यहाँ वहां तो हम जस्ट ये देखना चाहते हैं कि वहां के लोग रहते कैसे हैं। तो उन्होंने बोला कि ये भी स्टुपिडिटी है कि इतने इतने करोड़, इतने बिलियन ट्रिलियन पैसे खर्च करके आप फन देखना चाह रहे हैं वहां पे। और जब कोई पॉवर्टी वाला देश कहते हैं कि हमें पैसे की जरूरत है, तो वो कहते हैं कि वी आर नॉट हैविंग सो मच मनी लाइक दैट। तो
Yes.
इट वाज आल्सो ग्रेट पॉइंट।
Yes. Because there is so much self-centeredness in the society, Mataji. Because at that time there was a cold war going on between United States and Russia, and उनमें competition चल रहा था कि कौन सबसे पहले चांद पर जाना चाहता है, and they are in a race to prove themselves. So there is no one-centeredness, there is no Krishna-centeredness, there is only self-centered society. There are multiple isms, बहुत सारे isms है society में. That is the reason, because and it is just extended sense gratification. Prabhupada used to say, it also comes in Bhagavad Gita as well, that it is just like extended sense gratification, where it is called aham mameti principle, जिसमें मैं और मेरा, like अगर मुझे satisfaction नहीं हो रही, then okay, this is my family, it is my family should have this, मेरी family से भी नहीं, then this is my city, this is my state, this is my country, this is my nation, and this is my world. So like that, it is just me and having extensions to myself. This is like aham mameti principle, extended sense gratification, Prabhupada used to say. And that is the same thing which is happening right now as well in the whole world. We see there are so many basic necessity problems that we face all around the world, for food and shelter, and that is not being solved, but there is a race to go to other planet, and that is being promoted very nicely on the name of advancement in science and technology, so-called science and technology, just to prove oneself that yes, I can also go. But there is nothing that we can get um, uh, positive or fruitful out of it. We should first solve the problems that we are facing on ground zero, and then even then also, that the whole thing is that the whole problem can be solved when we accept this Krishna consciousness as a whole, and the whole consciousness, when it changes, when there is no different circles, but there are concentric circles, just mein, there are circles, like we as circles are there, and then the center is the same, which is Krishna. We have to dovetail all our activities with God. So in that sense, the whole thing can be utilized in the proper manner. And that is also the Ishavasam principle, जैसे कि हमने पहले भी discuss किया, that if we see that connection in each and everything and relate that back to Krishna, because Krishna is the origin of everything, and then a lot of problems will be solved automatically. And if we read these conversations of Srila Prabhupada and his devotees, we see there are so many hidden gems in these conversations, and we can get so many things out of it. And this is also very wonderful conversation जैसे हमने आज पढ़ा. Do you have any more comments or any more questions?
प्रभु जी, आई वांट टू शेयर वन मोर थिंग। मेरे
Yes,
को
go ahead.
ये भी चीज अच्छी लगी कि जो साइंटिस्ट हैं वो और भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में लग रहे हैं, रिसर्च करने में लग रहे हैं, लेकिन वो डेथ, ओल्ड एज डिजीज, ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे हैं, इन प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे हैं। और वो जो डेड बॉडी है और उसमें डिफरेंस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। मतलब उनको उनको ये प्रूफ करने के लिए कि सोल एग्जिस्ट करते, प्रभुपाद जी को इतनी सारी एग्जाम्पल्स देनी पड़ रही हैं। because just because they can find out by their so-called microscope or something else, तो इसीलिए प्रभुपाद जी को उनको इतना प्रूफ देना पड़ रहा है। और उन्होंने ये भी बोला था कि क्योंकि मैं कृष्णा को सेंटर में रख के ये फाइंड आउट कर रहा हूँ, आई एम नॉट सो मच साइंटिफिक काइंड ऑफ नॉलेज, हैविंग साइंटिफिक काइंड ऑफ नॉलेज, बट आई बिलीव कि एवरीथिंग बिलोंग्स टू कृष्णा, तो कृष्णा को मैं सेंटर में रख के ही इतनी नॉलेज दे पा रहा हूँ, लाइक दैट।
Like Prabhupada used to say that Krishna consciousness is 90% common sense. So if we simply apply our common sense, that this is a common sense actually, that we are souls, and at one point we will have so many examples that can actually say that yes, it is really a common sense that we are all souls and not this body. So Prabhupada used to say that Krishna consciousness is 90% common sense. So if we simply apply our common sense, then many of the things would be clear. But it's just that we are fed these different things in our so that हम समझ ही नहीं पाते हैं और हम उसकी तरफ सोचते ही नहीं हैं, और so like that. So yes, thank you so much Mataji for sharing. Yes.
हरे कृष्ण।
Yes Shashi Mataji.
मुझे वो वाले टॉपिक बहुत अच्छा लगा जो मिराज है। आज तक हमने बस फिजिक्स में पढ़ा था कि ये मिराज क्या होता है और उसके आंसर्स किए थे, बट मतलब प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में उसको उसकी जो एप्लीकेबिलिटी बताई है प्रभुपाद जी ने, वो सही है कि वी आर जस्ट बस लगता है कि है पास में एंड वी आर फॉलोइंग इट, जो कि कभी मिलता नहीं है। तो सो वी शुड चेंज आवर थॉट प्रोसेस कि कैसे वो करना है। तो मुझे ये चीज लगी आज के टॉपिक में, बाकी तो सबने शेयर करी थी।
यस, अभी रिसेंटली मैंने एक बहुत अच्छा कोट पढ़ा था हिज ऑनेस्ट राधानाथ स्वामी महाराज से। उन्होंने लिखा था दैट सो मिराज और इल्यूजन इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड माया, सो इन दैट सेंस मेरे को उससे याद आ गया। तो उन्होंने लिखा था दैट जस्ट वन मोर थिंग एंड देन आई विल बी हैप्पी, सो दिस इज माया। तो बस ये एक चीज और देन आई विल बी हैप्पी, बस ये एक चीज की कमी है एंड देन आई विल बी हैप्पी। So this
one thing never comes, I think.
that one thing will never come. Just one more thing, and then I'll be happy. This thing is called Maya, so or illusion, and so like that. And or recently मैंने एक और definition पढ़ी on illusion. So let me share that with you. It was a wonderful definition. It also comes from Ishopanishad, Shri Ishopanishad. So let me share that with you. So it is coming from Shri Upanishad verse number 4 का purport है, उसमें Prabhupada is writing, every part of the complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act. I will repeat, every part of the complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act, and forgetfulness by that part to his particular activities is called Maya or illusion. मतलब इसको अगर हम समझें that every part of the complete whole, this complete whole is Krishna and every part is us, like we are part and parcel of Krishna. Every part of the complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act. We are Krishna's energy, we are endowed with some particular energy to act. Act means हमारी कोई सेवा है, we have some eternal service which we were doing in spiritual world, and forgetfulness by that part of his particular activities. It is a little philosophical, and forgetfulness by that part means the living entity of his particular activity of his service is called illusion. So that is one more definition of Maya or illusion. Every part of the complete whole is endowed with some particular energy to act, and forgetfulness by that part of his particular activities is called Maya or illusion. So that way there are wonderful gems that we can keep on talking and we can keep on sharing, but we would try to keep these sessions little shorter, and आज भी हम 10 मिनट ऊपर हो गए, so we don't want to break that discipline part. We should try to complete it in time at 8:15. So for this thought we end our session here. हरे कृष्णा। नमो ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much everyone for joining, and
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
continue
Thank you.
these sessions next week on Tuesday. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.